An ocean crustacean that could cause annihilation by strangulation, but chooses not to. The reason Godzilla got scared and left the sea. The arthropod that's canonically twice as big as Charizard. This is the Japanese spider crab.
Hi, I'm Danielle Dufault and you're watching Animalogic. Today, we're talking about the closest thing on Earth to face huggers. Except this guy can hug your entire family at the same time and still have room to spare.
The Japanese spider crabs, or Macrocheira camphori, are part of the Anacidae family. Of course, they're not actually spiders. Their name comes from their unusually long limbs that make them look like the daddy longlegs of the ocean.
If daddy longlegs existed in your nightmares.
Among their closest living relatives are the slightly smaller common spider crabs, which can be about 3 centimeters long, over 100 times smaller than its real-life kaiju cousin. They're tiny little goobers compared to the mighty Japanese spider crab, which can have a total wingspan of about 3.7 meters. They dwarf every other crustacean in the world. Even the coconut crabs are tiny in comparison. Their carapace is comparatively small at about 40 centimeters, but it all adds up to a hefty 20 kilograms.
The one behind me is to scale. That's how big they are. It seems excessive and awkward, but there's always a reason for their size.
These guys are actually a type of decorator crab. Japanese spider crabs furbish their carapaces and legs with plant matter, as well as sponges, anemones, and other ocean organisms, which continue growing on the crab's back.
This helps them camouflage on the ocean floor and avoid predation. They're one of several species that exhibits this behavior.
When they're small, their long, decorated legs look like seaweed stalks. But as they get bigger, protection from predators becomes slightly less important, but they maintain their lumpy carapace, which in deep water with dim lighting looks just like a rock. They're omnivores, but they prefer eating plants and carrion instead of hunting. They're gentle giants.
Oh, I just want to give them a big hug. Like most crustaceans, they come into this world invisible to the eye. Their journey to humongousness starts as microscopic little eggs.
Japanese spider crab reproduction begins when the male uses his claws to deposit a sperm packet into the female. She carries the eggs until they hatch about 10 days later into plankton. The eggs are so tiny that in a single season, a female can lay over 1 million eggs. Unfortunately, the odds are stacked against them, and only a handful reach adulthood. To get there, they'll need to go through 4 stages of development. The speed of their growth depends on food availability and water temperature.
Like other invertebrates, they continue growing throughout their entire lives. They're thought to live up to 100 years, so there's plenty of time to get swole.
When they molt, they become immobile and they emerge from the rear of their carapace. In larger individuals, this process can take almost 2 hours. Unfortunately, fewer and fewer of these crabs are getting the chance to become centenarians. Trawling fisheries sweep the ocean floor, taking everything with them. In some regions, spider crab legs are very sought after, and the demand has affected populations. The current average size of Japanese spider crabs captured in Suruga Bay is just over 1 meter.
We don't know their current conservation status because deep-sea species populations are difficult to evaluate. But there are efforts to help these leggy redheads.
It's now illegal to catch them in the winter, when they go up to shallower waters to mate. There's also a restocking program using larvae hatched in artificial ponds. This is possible because they grow well in pools, ponds, and aquaria. They seem to be happy provided that they have enough room, food, and the water is the right temperature, about 10 degrees Celsius. With populations declining and a preference for deep water, your best chance to see them is at an aquarium. We don't always recommend going to places that keep animals in captivity, but some facilities do great conservation and education work.
So if you can, and it's safe, go see a Japanese spider crab in person. It's one of the most amazing animals you will ever see. I mean it. So what should I talk about next? Please let me know in the comments and be sure to subscribe for new episodes every week. Thanks for watching. See ya!